Welcome to another episode of the Doctor and the Chef. Chef,
Good to be here.
it's good to see you again. Now, today we've had some requests to look at some white wines.
Well, here we are, white wine it is. We have 4 different white wines. We're going to run through their characteristics. And then we might look at some of their differences and tell you how good they are. Or how good they are, depending on how you look at it.
Now, Chef, as you're familiar, and the chef is familiar with my tasting habits with wine, is that I generally look at any opportunity to drink wine is a red wine.
Yeah, not so much me. I'm a white wine, or as I like to refer to it, crazy juice specialist.
Now, this is the whole thing. Wine should be drunk, apparently, to do with the weather, to do with the course you're eating, a whole range of reasons. And there are different flavour profiles with white wine that are different from red wines.
There are, definitely. And white wine is a very good summer drink, you'd have to say. Tim Minchin, having written a fantastic song of drinking white wine in the sun, as in the great Australian tradition. It certainly is a much easier and refreshing drink to drink as opposed to the red wine's sort of more complex and more of a session drink, as it were.
So the only white wine that exists is Sav Blanc, is that right?
No, that's actually completely untrue. It is a common held belief, but certainly not one that is entirely true. Plus, there are a lot of wines that are significantly better than Sauvignon Blanc.
Right.
Let's not get into better and worse.
Okay.
Let's just see. There are Rieslings, which were very popular. They've been very popular for a very long time. There are some excellent aged Rieslings. We have Pinot Gris. We have Chardonnay, naturally.
Chardonnay,
yes.
If you're a Crow supporter, probably familiar with Chardonnay.
We have, I'm not sure what else we've got.
So,
Gewürztraminer or something around
Gewürztraminer. So there are a number of different white wine grape varieties and different ways of making them.
There are.
Fiano.
Fiano, of course, one of my favourites. I think it tastes like...
Marsanne.
I think Fiano tastes like
Viognier.
petrol, but yes. Anyhow.
Sounds like you're...
Viognier, lovely. So yes.
I find it even better if you speak like this and say, "Well, I have some Viognier, please." Marsanne. Okay, but anyway,
Semillon.
Yes,
Semillon.
Sauvignon
Blanc.
Okay, but we're getting a bit carried away now. So today we've got 4 different wines, and those 4 wines are, we have a Penna Lane Clare Valley Riesling. We have Willoughby Park Sav Blanc from Great Southern in Western Australia. We have a Woodvale Pinot Gris,
right, from
Clare Valley again, and we have a Savagnin Taminer Petit Manseng.
By Savagnin, do you mean Sauvignon?
No, Savagnin. It's a different. It's different.
There you go. Okay.
So, see, look, everyone...
He's a doctor.
Everyone learns, and that's why I was reading it off it, because it's so bloody complicated.
All right.
The point is that it's white wine. Why don't we start with the Savagnin Taminer Petit Manseng?
All right, well, it's cold, which is excellent. Very nice, easy to drink, light, good nose. So I'd drink more of that.
So to me, it smells fresh,
crisp,
good, crisp.
Granny Smiths. The Granny Smiths are in there. On to the next one.
Citrusy, bit green apple.
Well, it's green apple, that's not citrus.
No, citrusy as well. Like I get a little lemon flavour.
Lemon hit as well.
Oh no,
definitely got the Granny Smiths coming.
So that would good, really nice on a hot day. What about the next one? This is the Pinot Gris.
Well, slightly bigger flavour. More fruity, much fruitier.
Sweeter, that one, isn't it? So it's
slightly
not sweet.
sweeter,
it's
still
not sweet,
dry,
but it's a dry wine. But
fruitier, a little bit more complexity to it, and a little bit, more of a. I'll definitely have it again. It's great wine.
That's very nice. That's the Woodvale Pinot Gris. To me,
crisp as well, very crisp. Finishes very quickly. Certainly has the Granny Smith apples. It's delicious.
It's got a bit of peach.
That's coming through. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Slightly acidic.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, beautiful wine.
Now, one of the hot tips for when you're tasting white wine, if you don't know how to taste it, like I don't, because I normally drink red wine, is pretty much every fruit or flower you can use as a tasting note. So if you think about those things and then grab hold of one and say that's what that tastes like, that'd be great.
I'm not so sure about the nose on this
This is the
Sauvignon Blanc. This is the
Sauvignon
Willoughby
Blanc,
Sauvignon
yeah.
Blanc.
So, do you know what that is? The nose.
Oh,
There is something.
so Sauvignon Blanc-y.
There's some, I don't know what it is, but in some wines it reminds me of breakfast. This is a breakfast white wine. This is on the nose for me. This has got that's got something that reminds me of bacon and eggs. It's got a smoke. Can you smell that now?
Yeah, definitely.
Now you won't find this on the back of any tasting label, but there's something that I particularly reminds me of wines. It doesn't. It's not a bad thing, I might add.
Very, very, very traditional Sauvignon Blanc. It has the big burst of flavour. At the start, the burst of fruitiness that finishes pretty quickly.
But it's pretty flat, like it's soft.
Flat
It's
lines,
a soft flavour, so you can drink it on a 40-degree day in Adelaide. You'll smash that.
All right.
And the last one we've got the Penna Lane Riesling.
My favourite, Rizzo.
Now I've got to say that
Very traditional smelling Riesling.
I got to say, as a white wine, I particularly like Rieslings.
Oh, I love Riesling.
It's a little
Get a bit of
more
age on it.
complex.
If you can get a Riesling with a bit of age on it, also fabulous.
This is a Penna Lane Riesling and is regarded quite highly.
Well, that is delicious. Nice, very light flavours.
That is nice.
Very, very soft.
Now that one would go great with food.
That's a very, very good pairing with anything light, any sort of fish, any salady fish, anything that requires a citrus cut through. That would be my recommendation.
So, what are some of the top tips from today?
Well, look, I think you can always. It's very hard to get a bad Riesling unless you're going boxes. A good bottle of Riesling is you can really bet your bottom socks you're going to get a fabulous drop. The Sauvignon Blancs very much vary between in cost, and they also vary between wineries. This one happens to be pretty good, but there can be some shockers. I quite like the Pinot Gris as well. I'll give you that. Pinot Gris is fantastic, and the blend is drinkable, but not my favourite.
So look, the Pinot Gris is quite nice, I think. But to me, today, the winner was the Penna Lane.
Absolutely.
I think the Riesling has won hands down. I would have that again, and I recommend it. So that's the top tip. On the top tip is when it gets to summer again, you're allowed to drink white wine. And if you're going to drink white wine,
Drink a Riesling.
A Riesling.
Okay, cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Lovely.